Service members are able to spend $500,000 on things like casinos, booze, and video games using their government travel charge cards without setting off alarms in 2023 and 2024. So right now you're all saying, yeah, no shit, this has happened forever. And you're right. But this story has one of the most egregious cases of GTCC abuse. I mean, just unbridled, pure stupidity that's honestly kind of impressive. But before we get to that, we're going to set the stage a bit. If you don't know what a GTCC is, it's a credit card that's issued to service members that they can use while they're traveling on orders for things like food, hotel, gas, things you have to buy. This way, you don't have to pay for things out of pocket, or they don't have to give you a bunch of money up front and then ask for the change later. Now, it isn't a secret that sometimes these cards are misused. Whether on purpose or accidentally, it happens. And if it's not on purpose, you usually just have to pay the money back and maybe get your card shut down, but you don't usually get in big trouble. Transactions are monitored by the Visa IntelliLink Compliance Management System, or VICM, which looks out for transactions at high-risk merchants like casinos and bars. During fiscal year 2023 and 2024, though, that system wasn't working all that well, and troops ran up $500 million in fraudulent charges. One airman contributed $10,633 of that total, but they were just so fucking stupid in how they did it. They started by withdrawing $200,000 in cash, which is allowed through a GTCC, at a casino ATM on April 22nd, 2023. That ATM was inside the MGM National Harbor Hotel and Casino, which is only about 10 miles from the Pentagon. After that transaction went through and the feds didn't come knocking, that airman got pretty brave and did another $200 withdrawal the same day. Not satisfied with that $400, they came back 4 days later and tried to take $300 but were denied, and then tried to take $200 but were again denied. Not getting the hint, they came back and took out $500, then $400, then $1,500, and on and on and on, until finally they racked up 21 transactions at 3 different hotels and casinos that totaled $10,633. The transactions kept going through because the ATM operator changed their name, and it took the victim a few months for them to catch up. Finally, in August, investigators figured it out and notified that airman's chain of command, which promptly rewarded them with an Article 15 or an NJP, depending on what you want to call it. Surprisingly, however, the largest single merchant with unauthorized transactions wasn't casinos or bars or liquor stores or anything like that. It was the Google Play Store. Imagine getting ninja punched because you spent $300 on your government travel charge card to win at Clash of Clans or some shit. Anyway, we got to update the safety brief for this one to not do this with your GTCC, because you're not going to be smarter than the government. You're not going to get away with it, because if Uncle Sam gets one thing, it's their fucking dollar bills, y'all. Remember that. All right, go to taskandpurpose.com to read this full story, and follow us right here for more news from the military community.